Good morning, good morning. Just getting set up for our live. Welcome to a special Ostara edition. Guys, the chat is off because we will be streaming into Discord. From here on out, we stream into Discord as well as on all the other places, but to interact, you'll need to be on the Discord. And that is so I can freely share the information. So I can freely share the information that I've got here without having to worry about getting taken down or lagged. If all else fails, if lives go down, I'll see you in the Discord. Okay. Oh, look at that. I forgot I was already streaming to YouTube. Yay, YouTube's on. Hello, Kick. Happy Ostara. Weird. Okay. Twitch is not working today, so we are on Kick and YouTube and TikTok. And we are on the Discord. Chat is on the Discord. Okay. Now. Settle in. We'll give everyone a moment to filter in before we get started. Today is the beginning of the spring equinox, also known as the holiday of Ostara. This is a time of renewal and rebirth. Not only does the planet go through these cycles every year in the seasons, through the seasons, but they are indicative of the paralleled processes we go through. These constant cycles, death, rebirth, of birth, life, living, struggling, striving, thriving, and then dying, only to be reborn again. The layers of self. I envisioned as I was falling asleep last night, it almost got me out of bed to draw it. I envisioned as I was falling asleep last night, the layers and layers of self, much like the Russian nesting dolls. And inside, right, we begin with this very core self. And as we grow into these newer layers, expand into these layers. But none of those pieces ever really leave us. I mean, we can say they die. We can say we're reborn. But they never really leave us all the way. My brain went off with that, with like all kinds of visual stories and things like that. So hold on, let's get situated and we'll start Bhakti Bites. Here I was thinking it'd be chilly enough that I would need these shawls, but I don't think I do. Excuse me, Dodo. Thank you. Okay. So one last time, everyone, if you would like to join the chat, we are over in Discord, and we are streaming the live through Discord, so you can watch through Discord. The link to join our Discord for free is on my Patreon page. I feel like I need to have like something back here or something that says, hey, want to join the chat, want to interact? Go there, because that is where it is. Because it's important information, and I need a place to share it with you guys that's not going to be where it's not going to be taken down or edited or told me, you know, or hidden from view. So hello, good morning, everyone. If you do not know who I am, my name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being, encompassing all the layers of self. And I am your shenanigans shaman, so do not expect to take yourself too seriously in this space. There's a lot of spaces you can go take yourself very seriously, especially in regard to personal growth, especially in regard to self-help, especially in regard to spirituality and religion and health practices, right? There are so many places you can go where this is a very serious topic. And there is a time and a place for said seriousness. Yet, in my practice, in my experience, in my understanding, the more you come to know, the more I come to know, because I can only speak from I, the more I come to know God, the nature of reality, the common threads that weave through everything in creation. The more I realize how light-hearted, open-hearted, playful, joyful they really are. We take ourselves and the world so seriously, and I feel like oftentimes the universe is laughing back at us, going, why so serious? Why are you so serious? Because it is in joy, it is in curiosity, right? That we can make space for profound experience, for a sense of joy and a sense of wonder that too many times we deem unnecessary or even bad. No, it's too childish. Don't be playful. You're so immature. It's so childish. So silly. Don't be silly. This is very serious. This is very serious. I remember as a child growing up with parents who were healing. Who were healing, as we all are. And I remember how seriously they took some things. And it made them so angry. And of course, they took that anger out on us and their life and each other. And I do remember as a child seeing this and just thinking, why? Why are you taking this so seriously? It is not a life or death situation. It really isn't, but you sure are behaving as if I put my elbows on the table, somebody's gonna fucking die. Hot damn. Laugh, play. And then I was gifted with a mother who took that and used play to teach us. I learned some of the most profound things that I still carry with me. Some of the most powerful messages that I've ever received in my life were from my mother through playfulness, through silliness, through being a shenanigan shaman, through being absurd. So somebody asked me a little while ago what I mean by shenanigan shaman, right? Shaman is a life path, a spiritual practice, a spiritual journey, one I have been on my entire life. But a shenanigan shaman, that I inherited. That I inherited. Okay, so in probably a vain attempt to get a little more lighting here. Yeah, no. Let's go ahead and slip into Bhakti Bites. So, what are Bhakti Bites? What is Bhakti Bites? Right? If you haven't been here before, you're like, I don't even know what that means. Bhakti means devotion. So devotion to what? Devotion to self-care. Why? Because self-care is often the last thing on our to-do list and the first thing that we drop away or we put aside when we get too busy. But the truth is that just like you don't drink all of your water for the day in one sitting, or you shouldn't. I do. I've been known to do that. But it's not as effective. Why? Because when you do that, you overwhelm the body with all of this water. And what happens is you actually end up just getting rid of most of that water. It's kind of like taking multivitamins that have too many things in them at once for the body. The body doesn't absorb them. It pushes them off. It lets them go because it's too much at once. Now, that's not to say that an hour-long daily practice is not good for you. It's fucking amazing. If you can have the space and the time for that, absolutely. But that is not, self-care is not isolated to your 45 minutes in a yoga studio. It is not isolated to your weekly, date night or monthly girls' night out. I don't know whatever your self-care is. It's not isolated. It's not compartmentalized. Because when we need ourselves to care for ourselves, we need to have the tools. We need to have tools that are accessible in the moment, usable in the moment. When I am having an episode of PTSD out in the grocery store, I need my self-care right then and there. If I hear some bad news in the middle of the night and my yoga studio is not open, I need my self-care right then and there. I can't call my therapist at 3 a.m. to help me through this. I need my self-care. So in Bhakti Bites, we practice bite-size self-care. We offer tools to carry with you, tools, thanks Lavelle, tools that are accessible, that pretty much work for everybody. And I say that as a general thing, but we all are also unique and on our own path. So if you find any of these things that I teach here don't suit you, don't align well with you, don't feel good when you do them, then please honor where you are. Don't create a battle within yourself, right? Honor where you are in the moment and either modify the practice or choose a different practice. There are so many different self-care, alignment, wellness practices that you can find. There is no reason to avoid self-care because one of them didn't work for you. So we have been working with mudras. I'm trying to fix the lighting here. It's bugging the crap out of me, guys. I'm sorry. We have been working with mudras now for weeks. It's slightly better. Months, even. Why? Because mudras are accessible. All you need are your hands, right? Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna start keeping good clock of class. Okay. Our mudra for this week is called the Makara Mudra. The Makara Mudra benefits memory. It is the mudra for fertility, but it translates, the word Makara translates to mythical sea creature. And this, I know I said it on Monday, but it just tickles me so much. I cannot fit in my head. I have to study this mudra more, and I didn't do it like I said I would on Monday. I have to find out why The Sanskrit word for mythical sea creature is also the mudra for fertility. I need to have the answer to this. It strengthens the kidneys. It also works to relieve low back pain. It treats the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is our breadbasket, our umbilical cord to the universe. This is our center for nurturing. It's also our center for fertility, for intimacy. And with Ostara, today being the first day of Ostara, over into tomorrow, the spring equinox, this is all the themes this week are about renewal and growth and rebirth. So after our practice and meditation, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Ostara, and I'm gonna give you guys some suggestions. I've got things like foods to eat today and tomorrow, practices to do, rituals to do, and a little bit about what this season particularly means. So we'll talk about Ostara a little bit more after the meditation, but for now, let's get our Makara Mudra in, okay? So the Makara Mudra is done by taking your left hand, dropping your ring finger, and bringing your thumb to touch your ring finger. Remember, we use no more than the weight of a nickel. We keep the mudra extended, we keep the mudra present with our intention, not with tension. I'm not pushing, I'm not holding, I'm not squeezing into my mudra. I open my mudra, I receive my mudra, create my mudra with my intention. You made it, Stephen, welcome. Okay, so this is just one half of the Makara Mudra. This is one half of the Makara Mudra. The other half of the Makara Mudra, take your right hand with your thumb out and bring your thumb into the web between your pinky and your ring finger. As you drop the thumb, clasp the right hand around the left. So your Makara Mudra looks like so. Your left hand in this position here, keeping the fingers extended with intention, not tension, just intention. Keeping the connection here between the ring and the thumb as no more than the weight of a nickel. Don't squish bugs between your fingers of your mudra. That's not what they're for. Right hand, thumb out. Tuck that thumb, the web between your thumb and your pointer. Place that right in between the pinky and the ring finger. As you drop your thumb gently into your palm, turn your right hand to clasp around your left. So again, here is our mudra. No, not yet, not yet. And then once you have your mudra, we hold this mudra at the sacral chakra. No, don't lick my mudra. Ew, that was really gross. That was really weird feeling. You silly dog. You silly dog. Okay. Watch out. That mudra immediately, okay, there's some heat increase there. Okay, grab your mudra. Left hand like so, that's your ring finger touching your thumb. Right hand like so, tuck it into the place between your pinky and your ring finger. Wrap that right hand around and then hold it here at your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is below your belly button. So just bring this mudra in to the lower part of your belly. If you are sitting such that you can go ahead and just rest it on your thighs. Or ideally, you do want to hold it off your thighs because, again, the focus here is to hold our mudra with intention, not tension. The camera's weird, guys, today. I don't know what the deal is. Okay. All right. It's a holiday, that's probably why. Heightened energies, that's probably why. Okay. You've got your Makara Mudra. Again, the Makara literally translates to mythical sea creature. And when I find out why, I promise to tell you. For our meditation today, I do this every time. I hold my mudra and then I get sucked into my mudra and I have to pull myself back out. Okay, for our meditation today, we are going to sit with the mudra and we're going to work with a little bit of visualization. If you feel like you struggle with visualization, please don't skip the meditation. You don't have to see the things in your mind. You don't have to feel the things in your body. What are the most important parts of meditation? Before we begin, what are the most important parts of meditation? Your intention and your attention. Everything else is either just a boon or a distraction. Okay? Or is coming up to be released, right? Thoughts, feelings, all these things come up to be released. We set our intention, and in these classes, our intention is usually to be with the mudra. So our intention is to be with the mudra, holding your Makara, and we bring our attention back again and again and again to that practice. So as we move through the visualization piece, don't stress about it. Sit with it, listen, follow, and set the intention to whatever it is. We are going to be working with this sacral chakra area. So when we go through the visualizations, just repeat the things in your head. Say the things in your head. Invite them. Have the intention, set the intention to experience these things. Remember that just because you don't experience something right here in only this area does not mean it's not occurring in the rest of your body or in your layers of self outside of your physical body. Trust. I would say that trust is actually an important part of meditation too, but I think trust also gets cultivated after a while of meditating. So it's okay if you don't trust yet meditation or the practice, but I invite you to show up with a little bit of curiosity and a little bit of willingness and join in on our meditation today. Okay, go ahead and find yourself a comfortable seated position if you have not already. You can be walking if you'd like to for this one. You can be laying down if you'd like to be for this one. If you are driving, please keep your eyes open and hands on the wheel. Do not, okay? If necessary, open your eyes if you've got to. But if you can, we're gonna hold this mudra. It's recommended we hold mudras for at least 5 minutes. So we will hold this mudra for at least 5 minutes. We will go a little bit longer because we're gonna go through a little bit of a guided visualization. That's the word. All right. When you are ready, go ahead and close your eyes, and we will begin our practice with 3 deep breaths to fully arrive. Begin by inhaling through the nose, pulling the breath in through the lungs and into the belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. Then let it go. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. Hold. And slowly release. For just a moment, I invite you to rest your awareness on the breath. Nothing more than the breath. Follow the breath all the way to the top of the inhale. Follow the exhale all the way to the bottom. Slowly elongating the breath, finding a comfortable, steady rhythm of slow inhales and exhales. We don't want to slow down so far that you have to stop to catch your breath. So be mindful and honor where you are at in the moment. Just using your awareness on the breath to anchor yourself into the present practice. As you inhale and exhale, you may notice tension in the body. When you notice tension in the body, in the shoulder, in the neck, in the back, wherever it is, inhale the breath to that area of the body and exhale to release the tension in that area of the body. Using our attention to release any tension, allowing the breath to relax the body. Remaining upright with only our intention. As you breathe, you may notice thoughts arise. Allow them to rise and fall the same way your heart rises and falls on your breath. A natural, steady rhythm without attachment, without judgment, without worry, fear, shame, or guilt. If you're here, you're not doing it wrong. So let that voice go, meet yourself with love and patience, and just breathe. That's it. Just stay present. And if you notice you've wandered off, bring your attention back with love and grace. Take a few more breaths here as we anchor into this practice. We're going to expand on this using breath to release tension part of the practice. This is where we get into the visualization. And now with each breath, inhaling this nice, slow, steady pace that you've found, pull the breath in. And as you pull the breath in, imagine it comes all the way down to your sacral chakra, creating a kind of bowl through the root chakra that's up, the rim is up around the belly button. This nice big bowl in your pelvic floor, encompassing your lower belly. Imagine that the breath, as you inhale, fills this bowl, turning into cleansing, clear water. Inhale the breath, inhale oxygen, and transmute it, transform it into water to fill the bowl in your lower belly, in your pelvis, in your seat. Take your time here. This is not a quick practice. This is something we focus our awareness on, and we hold our awareness there. If we wander off, we bring it back. And again, if you don't visualize it, just set the intention. I transmute breath to water. I transmute, transform breath to water. Filling this bowl, this big, wide bowl at the base of your torso, from your belly button down. The breath becoming water, trickling into this bowl, filling this bowl with clean, clear, crisp, fresh water. Inhaling the breath, exhaling to transmute it into water. Inhaling fresh, clean, crisp, spring air. Exhaling anything that is stuck or stagnant within me. Transmuting that breath to water, filling my bowl. Just another minute or two, a couple more breaths with this part of the practice. In meditation, we are never in a hurry. You can stay with this part of the practice as long as you would like, inhaling the breath, filling the lungs, and exhaling to transmute the breath into water to fill the bowl that encompasses your root and your sacral chakra. You've still got your Makara Mudra here at your sacral chakra below your belly button. If you are ready to continue, I invite you to lift the Makara Mudra up to the heart, if it's available to you. Up to the heart. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale. One more time, take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower the mudra back down and imagine that you are dipping your hands in the mudra in this bowl of water that you have transmuted breath to water. Dip your hands, dip the mudra in this bowl. Keep breathing slow and steady. Rinse the mudra, cleanse the mudra without releasing it in this bowl of breath, transmuted breath to water, representing the process of renewal, of washing away the old, washing away the stagnant. Let the mudra soak up this water. Just like the earth becomes wet and heavy with the spring rain, with the melting snow and ice, with the expanding rivers, springtime comes. It's a very wet, heavy kapha energy, washing away the past seasons, making space for renewal, for regrowth, for expansion, allowing the mudra still to absorb this crystal clear breath transmuted into water, allowing that transmuted water to cleanse the body. You can stay here as long as you'd like. If you would like to continue with the practice, imagine that water, as it is sucked up through the mudra, is moving through your arms and up into your heart, filling your heart with this fresh, clean, clear, crisp spring water, distilled from your very breath. Let it fill your heart until it begins to overflow. And in this way, create your own little rainstorm, your own little cycle of water from the bowl absorbed into the hands or the earth, filling to peak capacity, filling the heart all the way until it overflows, sending a gentle rain down back into the bowl, washing the hands again, washing the mudra again. As you breathe, Match the breath now with this cycle. Inhaling the hands, through the hands, the water up through the arms into the heart. Exhaling, watching the heart overflow and gently rain down back over the mudra and into the bowl. Slow, steady breaths. Resting your awareness on this practice. If you find it's too distracting to have so many things to think about or worry about or watch, then just focus on a single piece. Meditation does not have to be complicated. It is not a battle or a fight or a comparison. It is a personal process. The more you sit with it, the more it will resonate within you, as long as you continue to choose what is right for you in the moment. It can be as simple as holding the mudra and just resting your awareness on the feeling of these connections in the mudra. It can be as simple as resting your awareness on the sound of your own breath, the feeling of your own heartbeat. Or you can watch this amazing cycle of flow of water within you, flow of breath, cleansing, refreshing, renewing, all layers of self aligned with Ostara, with our spring equinox that begins today. You may stay here as long as you would like. Please do, if it is available to you. When you feel complete, I invite you to release the mudra, but before we move into prayer, imagine that you are cupping water from this bowl. Bring the water up and wash your face ever so gently, wiping the hands, pouring the water on the face, and resting the hands on the eyes for just a moment. See if you can feel the cool sensation of the water that you just put on your face. Maybe feel the drips trickling down your cheeks and neck, over your collarbone. Maybe getting one of those annoying drips right down the middle of your shirt. Or a cool shiver down your back. Again, one more time, keeping the eyes closed, scoop the water from the bowl, a big handful of this breath transmuted into liquid, fresh, clean water, and wash the face. Wash it over the face, resting the hands over the eyes momentarily. Wiping away what no longer serves you. Wiping away what is stagnant. One more time, scooping water out of that bowl, lifting it up to the face, and rinsing your face. Holding the hands over the eyes. And wipe away the years, the worry, the frustration, the suffering. Wipe down the neck, wipe down the shoulders, wipe down the chest, wipe down the sides, wipe down the belly, wipe down the legs, wipe down all the way to the feet, wipe down the arms, shake out your hands, spray some water all over the place like my son likes to do when he's done washing his hands. And then, when you feel complete, I invite you to bring your hands together into prayer or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for this space. In gratitude for this body. In gratitude for these tools. In gratitude for the cycles that carry us through life. And offer yourself a little gratitude for taking the time for self-care today. I am so proud of you. You know you are so worth it. And I hope that you hold on to this mudra. Keep this mudra with you this week. Put it in your back pocket. Use it when you need it. When you are ready to come out of meditation, please do so slowly, offering yourself some wiggles, some stretches, maybe some more face rubs. Only opening your eyes when you're genuinely committed to coming back to reality. The Makara Mudra. Makara Mudra. One last time. Drop the ring finger. Bring the thumb into connect. That's the left hand. Bring the right hand up, thumb out, and tuck the webbing of the thumb in between the webbing of the pinky and the ring finger. Gently twist the hand, dropping the thumb onto the palm and wrapping the right hand around the rest of the left hand. Your mudra should look like so, and is held here at the sacral chakra. Again, the Makara Mudra is the mudra for fertility. It also improves memory. It strengthens the kidneys. It relieves low back pain. It restores our energy stores. It increases overall vitality. It even nourishes the hair and the nails. It is always recommended you hold mudras for at least 5 minutes. There are no contradictions that I have seen yet to the Makara Mudra. But always honor where you are in the moment. If you find holding this mudra creates an uncomfortable feeling that you don't feel good about, right? Sometimes we get uncomfortable feelings that we feel fine about. We're like, oh yeah, that's uncomfortable, but that's process, that's healing, right? But sometimes we have responses and reactions to mudras because of where we are at, where our being, our body is at. And it's very important that you be mindful of that, because I can't be in your body right now. I can't be in all y'all's body right now. I can, but not all y'all, not everybody right now, and I don't do it like that. So it is your responsibility to make sure you honor where you're at, to make sure to take stock of where you're at, and to know when to release, to know when to receive, to know when to ground, and to know when to just quit. Because sometimes, yes, meditation and mindfulness practices can get to a place where they become unhealthy. If we spend the time in meditation chiding ourselves, putting ourselves down, telling ourselves all the things we're doing wrong, which is how I meditated for a long time. And you might think, you hear that and you're like, of course I wouldn't do that. But you sit yourself in meditation and then you can't quite get to what you expected it to be, right? Your mind's busy, you're uncomfortable, and you keep swiggling, and so your mind starts to pipe up with all of those, will you cut it out? God, you're so annoying. Why do you keep having to move? I'll never get this right. Man, if only I had a teacher. Man, if only that person would stop making noise. If only. That is not meditation. It is creating a tiny little tornado of chaos within yourself. Please don't use meditation to do that. Now, if there is a tiny little tornado of chaos happening to you during meditation, you can still meditate. The important part is just detachment. Finding the eye of the storm and watching as the thoughts and sensations go swirling about in all their intensity, in all their virility, in all their demanding to be heard, demanding to be seen, demanding to be taken seriously. I refuse. I will not take you seriously. You're too silly to be taken too seriously, brain. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all the beautiful things you do for me, prefrontal cortex. I appreciate all the powerful things you do for me. Lower primitive brain, thank you, thank you. Neurons, neural pathways, gray matter, squishy brain material, thanks for all the awesome shit you do. But you're not the captain, you're not the one in charge, so step down. That's the conversation, maybe not exactly like that, that's the conversation I've had with my mind many times, and that we have in a gentle way during meditation. The mind is going to be busy. That is what the mind does. And we've spent years telling ourselves and the mind that we are human doings. And we have spent so much time believing and focusing our awareness here. We live in a Western society who tells us that we are brain-centric, intellect-centric. You cannot know anything until you study it from somebody else, right? Or from some books, or take the classes, or have the certification, right? To figure out a problem, you must use your brain to solve it. This is where all your insight and understanding is stored and comes from and is derived from. We shortchange ourselves severely when we leave our captain, when we leave the navigating to the brain, when we leave the insight to the brain. The brain is good at what it does. It is a librarian. It is a secretary. It is not the boss. Stop letting it be the boss. Stop letting it boss you around. And honestly, meeting a bully brain with more bullying doesn't fix the problem either. Sorry. We have to meet two. I shouldn't say have to, because you don't have to do shit. Don't do what I tell you. Do what I tell you, but don't do what I tell you. I don't care what you do. Truly. You do what you do, what is right for you, in the moment. You are your own guru. I share what I've experienced. I share what I understand. I've been doing this since I was a little kid. I wanted to be a nun. And then I found out that I did not want to be a nun. I was like, no, that's not it. But it is radical. It feels radical when we first do it, and it becomes very familiar when we get used to it. But it feels radical the first time we meet our bully brain with loving compassion. It feels silly, in fact. A couple years ago, I had an alcohol problem. I had a drinking, and thank you, Erica, I had a drinking and smoking problem. Very bad. Every day. All day. I was in a really hard place. And boy, was I not bullying myself, right? Sitting in there going, I can't believe you're a fucking lush. I can't believe you're getting drunk like this. Why can't you just put it down, right? Think of ourselves when we're in those positions, when we're in those places, when we're struggling with these things, how much those voices in our head chide ourselves that say, really? Look how weak you are. Seriously, you can't deal with this without getting wasted? I thought you were better than that. Oh. To meet that voice with not just compassion, but with the strength of compassion, with the willingness of love, feels terrifying and radical and vulnerable. But it is a kind of magic that you won't understand until you start doing it. It is a kind of magic when instead of being pulled into an argument, being pulled into another episode of shame and guilt and whatnot because of my own mind, when I can step aside from that battle, when I can put my weapons down in front of my own enemies, right? I am my own worst enemy. I am my own worst critic. And if I am going to heal that, I have to be my best friend. I have to be my confidant, my lover, my teacher, my healer. Yes, I can receive things from outside of myself. We always can. We all can. But there is a different quality to the love that rises from within you. The compassion that rises from within you for you. It is different. So if you are somebody who feels empathy and compassion and love in those big, wholehearted ways that we do for others, I invite you to shine the but if you are that person, but also feel like you do not know those things and that you would like to receive those things, and you feel like I did for so many years, but I give them and I give them and I give them and I give them and nobody gives them back. Why won't anybody give them back? Because you have to give them first. It has to start with you. Because the quality of the love and compassion that I give myself is far more deep and profound than anything that I have previously experienced outside of myself. And having been in a vow of celibacy for a couple of years, spending that time giving myself, only giving myself that. Not really, yes, I have a son, and yes, I'm still loving people and whatnot. But the capacity with which I used to give is now the capacity with which I receive from myself. And I am here to tell you through personal experience that it is fucking profound. That this is what they mean when they say, you don't know love until you experience love. God, that was so frustrating. But it's true. Every bit of my experience is really only happening inside of me. I've got too many screens to do this. I was going to do this way, and I was like, dang it, I've got all these screens. I was going to say, here, give me your hand. There we go. Get 2 hands. Give me your hand. Put your hand in my hand and tell me, what do you feel? Do you feel my hand? Or do you feel the sensation of my hand in your hand, through your hand? You feel the sensation created inside of your hand. But you can never feel my hand unless it's through your experience. Whether or not there's an external reality matters a lot less when I realize how much of my experience is solely, squarely right here. And if that much of what I'm experiencing of life, of reality, of everything is within me, then why the fuck am I busy looking outside of myself everywhere, scouring the earth for all the answers, begging the teachers and the healers to give me what they have? What do they have? Prana, life force, open channels, a relationship with God, with divinity, that allows them to be a conduit for experience, for pleasure, for pain, for joy, for suffering. Except when we develop that relationship with divinity, suffering happens less and less. Why? Because what is suffering? What is suffering? Suffering is when something rises up. Pain, experience rises up, and we judge it, and then we keep it, we hold on to it, and we store it away somewhere in our liver, or in our throat for later. And this thing gets stuck, and I struggle to explain myself, and I feel this heat, anger growing within me. Yes, it's because you have these things that were supposed to rise and be released. You took them and you stuffed them within your finite, compartmentalized body, and you're keeping shit that doesn't belong there. I love you. I know what it feels like. And it's a sense of security to attach ourselves to these things. Thanks, Corey, that was cute. We become so familiar with that process, filling ourselves with finite things. Finite things from a material, finite world. When there's actually one simple thing that can expand to fill not only your physical body, but your mental body, your emotional body, your energetic body, your spiritual body, your bliss body, the entirety of your body. Do you know your energy body expands out past your fingertips? Did you know that? An expanded, wide energy body is a huge torus that moves around you and through you. Not much space to experience lack when you have God force, divinity, the universe itself flowing through and into and out of every molecule in your being. Everything in creation is just particles, matter, vibrating at different frequencies. And yes, there's even deeper things on quantum levels, right? But like, everything is just manifested different frequencies of these vibrating particles. Did you know that there is a ton of space between these particles? Like a lot. In fact, the entirety of the universe, that empty, dark matter space, makes up the majority of the universe. What is it? What is it, they say? What is it? I don't know, let's just call it dark matter. And yet when I fill myself, when I open myself to the flow of prana, through the flow of life force, through the flow of dark matter, when I recognize, instead of resting my awareness on my vibrating molecules, on the small percentage of what I am, this finite thing in a finite limited body that's just made up of vibrating molecules, vibrating at this exact frequency to make me exactly uniquely me like never before, it's a miracle. But when I focus on that little bit, that's it. That's all I see. And we so often are so focused on our material nature, on our brain and our body and our food and our sex and our fears and but it is only this much of your experience. It is only this much of reality. Ostara, the holiday of Ostara, the spring equinox, is a season, a kapha season, a water dosha season. In Ayurveda, it is a heavy, wet feeling. And we see it all over the planet. We see it all over the earth as springtime comes up, right? Water, things melt, water, rains come down. The ground becomes wet and heavy with the moisture. So, some things that you can do today and tomorrow, because this is the spring equinox happens over these 2 days. And this is a time of fertility, renewal, rebirth, celebrating the coming of a new season. So things like bathing yourself, take a ritual bath, please. If you don't take a ritual bath, at least, so in our meditation, pause. If you missed the meditation, if you missed the mudra, replays are on YouTube, okay? Go find the replays on YouTube if you missed the beginning of our practice. The beginning of our practice in Bhakti Bites is always at the beginning. So if you come in later and you've missed that, then just you can go watch the practice, the meditation over on YouTube. I'm at Move with Change on YouTube. I'm at Move with Change on Kick. I'm on Twitch as well. I'm on Discord. Anyway, that's a whole nother. No, wait. We were talking about Ostara. Shh. Okay. The meditation we did, we transmuted breath into water. And we use that water to rinse our face, right? So some of the things that you can do to clear space. If you don't have a bathtub, we don't always do, so we don't always get to take a ritual bath. Washing your hair, washing your face, cleaning your nails, these kind of give yourself a mini spa day if you have a few minutes to do so, right? It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It's just an intentional cleaning, spring cleaning, and renewal. The other thing you can do, one of my favorite practices for Ostara, and I don't know why, but it is so soothing, is to wash your windows as the light is shining through them. So if you have windows that don't have light shine through them, that's okay. You can wash those after, but I suggest starting with the ones with the sun shining through them. The reason I like this practice is because I'm silly like that. I'm a shenanigan shaman. So I spend all day chasing the sun around my house, washing one window after the other with the growing light. You can also do things like light candles, incense. Remember, the light is expanding. We are halfway between the darkest day, longest night, and the longest day. Yes, we're halfway between. That's the spring equinox. So any spring cleaning, moving furniture, sweeping, move that chair, move the couch and sweep behind. This is the day to do it if you have the time, or at least just the week, right? This energy isn't just gonna be only today and shit, I missed it, I can't do it. Stop chiding yourself. Honor yourself where you are in the moment. You are working and doing the best with what you have. You deserve some patience. You deserve some love and compassion. Stop creating a battle within yourself, please. Plant seeds. Take a salt bath if you can. If not, salt bath with your feet. Epsom salt feet with your feet. Burn or discard things that no longer serve you. And that can be done in a ritual as well. So light a candle if it's available to you. Make a bonfire, even better. Write down the things that you are letting go of this spring. Write down the inner spring cleaning that you are ready for on the paper. Remember, word to the wise, expert tip here, when you are writing down things to burn them on a piece of paper, if you are getting rid of them, you fold the paper away from you. You write it down and you fold the paper away from you multiple times. Yes, I'm still here. I'm verifying TikTok. If you are wanting to receive something, conversely, you fold the paper towards yourself, right? Okay. Sorry guys, hold on. I got distracted. Okay, so some other things that we can do. This is also a really, really good time if you have any protections, sigils, or ceremonies that you do around your house. Some beyond washing windows, beyond clearing incense, right? Clearing incense or lighting candles. I really like creating sigils or using runes or other symbols that you feel that resonate with you, and putting them around your house, over your doorways, on your windows, over your mirrors, above your bed. I have a huge batch of mugwort from last season that I'm going to be clearing my house with. I'm going to be sweeping my house with mugwort. Same thing, you can often find these. Think I can get it? No. Well, they're the, you can make brooms out of sticks, small sticks, twigs. Put cinnamon in your brooms. You can go and get them at the store too. They often have them in the like seasonal. So even if your floors aren't dirty, even if your front porch isn't dirty, a ceremonial sweep is going to help clear away what needs to be cleared, right? Today and this week, clear space, clear the air, open your windows and let the spring air come through. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's a little chilly. That's spring, right? And that crisp, fresh air is going to help clear out the cobwebs, both in your external perception of reality and in your internal perception of reality. So remember, when you are cleaning your house itself, it is a representation. Your house is an expansion of you. Treat it as such. And I invite you, when you clean your windows, imagine that you are clearing your vision. When you wash your countertops or surfaces, imagine that you are washing away the dirt. When you sweep your floors, walk barefoot. When you light candles, set an intention, say a prayer, just say something, I am, right? Welcome in the light. Invite in the light. Invite in the space for renewal and regrowth and rebirth. And do me a favor. If there's something that you've been holding on to for way too long, I invite you to ask if you are ready to let it go today. And if you are, take it out to a tree, take it out to nature, take it out to the grass, take it out to a flower, take it to somewhere outside, and intentionally give whatever it is that you're ready to let go of away to Mama Earth, to Mother Gaia. She is so big and powerful. Sometimes we feel like, oh, I don't want to give her, I used to have this problem, I don't want to give her my angry feelings. That's mean, right? One time in meditation, I was having this feeling and I heard from her that was basically like this. I'm a visual and clairaudient, so a lot of times these things don't come in as exact words. They come in as like something I have to interpret. But it was essentially like, it nourishes me. Your bullshit fertilizes my soil, was essentially the idea. So don't ever feel bad about turning to the earth or to the sky and saying, please take this from me. Please let this go. I am ready to release all that no longer serves me. I trust that what I need now will remain with me. Yes, within me. And I trust that what I no longer need, what no longer serves me, what is too heavy will be washed away by the coming season. Washed away in the wave of my willingness to release. Inhale, big deep breath. And sigh it out. Anytime you feel stuck, anytime you feel stagnant, anytime something feels a little sticky and gross within you, take a big, deep breath. Open your hands, take a big, deep breath, inhale and release. in this way. These bite-sized self-care, these little tidbits, these little beard snacks of self-care are the very thing that nourish you in the moment when you most need it. Dang it, Emily. Bhakti bites are beard snacks too. You learn these mudras, you learn these meditation, these breathing practices so that you can store them right here. And when you need them, when you feel like you need a little bit more nourishment and support, I'm gonna have some beard snacks. Okay, anyway, shenanigans, like I said. So, what are some other things? I've got a bunch of notes on my board up here. Okay, so a really good ritual thing to do today. I know that a lot of us do it all year long, but it's also a really good thing for ceremonial or for ritual-wise or for just celebrating Ostara. Golden milk is a mixture of, I like to use almond or rice. You can use cow or goat, but I like it better with rice. So rice milk, 2-part rice milk, 1 part water. 2-part rice milk, 1 part water. And then flavor it with turmeric, cinnamon, and black pepper. You can add other things if you'd like to too. I always add cardamom because cardamom is a magical herb of renewal. It's a powerful herb for my brain just stopped and went magic, 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 magic. It is a powerful herb for manifestation. Cardamom. It is a powerful herb for speaking your wishes into reality. Cardamom. So put cardamom in your turmeric, in your golden milk, turmeric milk. Always remember to take turmeric with black pepper because it opens the capillaries so that turmeric can do its work. Turmeric turmeric works too. Cleans the blood. It promotes healthy skin. It balances that heavy water energy. Remember we were talking about how winter or summer or spring, that's the season we're in. I'm sitting here talking about it. Spring is a heavy, wet, kapha season. So in terms of doshas, if you're not familiar with it, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but if you know your doshas, turmeric or golden milk is a kapha balancing drink. So drink it warm. Turmeric, cinnamon, pepper. I always add cardamom and a little bit of nutmeg. 2 parts milk, 1 part water. Drink it warm. It boosts digestive fire, cleanses the blood, balances kapha, promotes healthy skin, hair, nails. It clears the digestive tract of toxins. Those herbs running through your belly clear your digestive tract of toxins. And then it also promotes joint health. Joint health, which can make some of us creaky in the winter, in the spring. See, why am I keep going to winter? In the springtime with all the spring rains, right? I know it's raining because of my knees, so drink some golden milk. Some other things that you can eat today to celebrate this time of year, the spring equinox. Eggs. Eggs are a sign of fertility, so any kind of eggs. I also really like using these things called seaweed pearls. If you can find them, if they're available to you, they're kind of a specialty thing, but I like using them as well. They look a lot like fish eggs. What are the things? Honey, sprouted greens, baked goods. This is one of those ceremonial sort of like bake some pretty breads. I want to see you all making videos about your bread scoring and things like that. Okay, send me some sourdough recipes. And specifically asparagus. Asparagus is also a diuretic. It helps cleanse toxins from the liver and from the digestive system, from the upper digestive system and the urinary tract. If you have sun available to you. Soak it up. So, okay, that, my friends, is the end of our Bhakti Bite session. Remember, Bhakti Bites are our mini bite-sized sessions of self-care. We go live 3 times a week for Bhakti Bites, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So come join us. Expect shenanigans. Expect a brief meditation. Expect a mindfulness tool. These are the things that you will get in every single Bhakti Bites. If you would like more Bhakti Bites or Bhakti Bites outside of Bhakti Bites live time, you can find those all replays over on YouTube. I have been building that channel since last November. So there are a couple hundred videos actually on there, I believe. You'll find all the Bhakti Bites, lots and lots of mudras there, lots and lots of meditations. I try to keep the meditations and the mudra the practice piece to the beginning of the class. So don't be intimidated by the whole hour replay that's on there. You don't have to watch the whole thing unless you like shenanigans. Then stay with it. Today is Wednesday. So I also do a Friday morning class called Tiny Yoga. This is a 30-minute chair yoga flow for every body in every space. It was born out of my own need for modified yoga, living in an RV and also living with limited mobility. I can't always get on my mat and do an entire asana practice. Sometimes it's very, very, very little that I can do. So Tiny Yoga is a lot of fun. We explore the expanse of our infinite inner cosmos through this limited space, right? This limited living space as well. So that's Fridays at 10 a.m. Again, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being. I am your shenanigan shaman, and I am the owner of Move with Change. Move with Change is our umbrella underneath, right? It's our philosophy from which our CAYA community was born. Move with Change understands that life offers us a single constant, and that's change, right? And the question really is how are you going to move with change? Move through change. Change is going to come to your door. Change is going to roll through your life. If you are stuck, if you are stagnant, if you are rigid, if you are clinging, change creates chaos. Change creates pain. Change can create suffering. We can choose suffering by not allowing change to flow freely through our lives, usually in this kind of gesture, in some sort of holding pattern. Out of that understanding, I began to ask, so how? How do we move with it? And that was what really just influenced my entire career and what made me into a movement facilitator. Because there are so many ways that we can bend and sway and readjust to allow life to move. And when we do that, we release our rigidity, we release fear, we release our suffering. So if you are on this journey of self-discovery, if you're trying to figure out how to move with the changes in life, these constant flow of birth, death, rebirth, and life, and everything in between, if it feels messy, if it feels scary, if you are the one of the many of us who are experiencing ascension symptoms right now, of course the music is like, oh! If you are one of the many of us experiencing ascension symptoms right now, I implore you to please come join us in the CAYA community Discord, especially if you feel like you don't have anybody to talk to about this stuff. I know a lot of people are experiencing great awakenings. I've been calling this time the quickening because I feel like I see people everywhere. What took me decades of practice to learn, I am meeting people who are picking it up and integrating it very quickly. We are in the middle of the quickening. We are now in the age of Aquarius. This is the time for growth expansion. This is the time to embody your authenticity. So that, why embody my authenticity, right? Because your authenticity is the purest expression of divinity. And your divinity is who you're meant to be. Your divinity is why you're here. You are a vessel for life force as it flows through the universe, as it flows through you and manifests into creation. That is why you're stuck in this matrix, this finite, limited sensory material world, so that we can experience the process of distilling divinity, of distilling infinity into creation, into reality, into union. That is what the spring equinox is also about. The divine union of the masculine and the feminine. The fertility that is abundant in that union of opposites. Yin, yang, masculine, feminine, light, dark, above, below, infinite, and finite. So another way to celebrate Ostara is also to get intimate with somebody too. So if that is something you're doing and would like a practice to, I forgot about this. I created a conscious connection workshop back in February for Valentine's Day. That conscious connection workshop is available for sale on my Patreon page. I'm at Move with Change on Patreon. It is called Conscious Connection, and this workshop is a tantric breathwork practice. If you've never experienced tantric breathwork or partner breathwork, and you have a significant somebody that you would like to do that with, go to the Patreon. Skip the rest of this right now. Go to the Patreon. Go get that workshop. It is a self-paced workshop. It is downloadable, so you get the entire presentation. I not only did a voiceover of the presentation in case you just want to listen. You don't even have to look at the slides. I read the whole thing for you, or you can turn off my voice and read the thing yourself. It also comes with a workbook that I created, a reflection workbook, because there are two kinds of practices. I have the practice set up for intimate partners, for romantic partners, and for platonic partners. So if you have somebody that you trust and that can hold safe space with you, a good friend, right? You can also do this practice with them. This conscious connection, tantric partner breathing, does not require you to even be naked. In fact, I would letting suggest you try this practice fully clothed first. That way, instead of letting yourself run off with this practice, it helps you stay present with the practice. It is extremely powerful, and it is a representation. It is a manifestation of the divine union, just about as close as we can get to it, right? You exchange breath in such a way that it brings us close to the experience of divine union in a way that, honestly, I haven't found much else that gets me there like this. Yes, you can totally have sex afterwards. Or during, right? You can do this breathwork practice while you're also doing that. But that's for sale on my Patreon page. Go snag that. You don't have to use it tonight, but it would be nice to have a cute little beautiful ceremony. Make sure to bring in some rose petals. It's springtime. Another ceremonial thing that you can do, especially if you have a partner or even with your kids, things that with people you care about, plant seeds with them. Yes, plant like your garden seeds and flower seeds, whatever you're going to plant, but plant with the seed the intention, unintention, and intention for whatever it is that you would like to plant for you and that person, for your relationship, for your mutual experience in the coming year. Expect that you will harvest these seeds with them, right? Or not, right? Maybe you're sowing the seeds for separation later in the year. That's okay too. Do what you need. Trust where you are at. Honor your needs. Honor the guru within you. Because when you do, you stop looking outside of yourself for all the answers, and you begin turning that in and asking yourself, is this for me or is this not for me? And if it's for me, I give it my time and my attention. If it is not for me, I just don't. And in this way, I align myself little bit by little bit, tiny beard snack by beard snack, with my Dharma, with my purpose, with divinity, with my truest self, with my deepest truths. Growth happens in tiny little moments. Building trust happens in tiny little moments. Yes, the big things matter too, but the meat of it, of these things, of love, the meat of trust, the meat of joy, come in little bits. The majority of it comes in little bits. So take your time today, find those little bits. Use your Makara Mudra if you are feeling tired or sluggish, if you're feeling that heaviness of the season, the weight of the water of the Kapha season. Your Makara Mudra will help balance that. Remember, one last time before we end, take your left hand and bring your ring finger down and point your thumb to touch the tip of your ring finger. No more than the weight of a nickel. Bring your right hand thumb out and bring the web of your thumb to the web between your pinky and your ring finger. As you drop your thumb to your palm, turn the rest of your right hand to wrap around your left. So this is what your mudra looks like. This is the Makara Mudra, and as soon as I figure out why the mudra for fertility translates to mythical sea creature, when I figure that out, I will tell you guys. Hold your mudra. In the meantime, hold your mudra right below or at your belly button. Improves memory, strengthens the kidneys, helps relieve low back pain, nourishes the hair, nails, skin, restores energy reserves. Remember, this is our umbilical cord to the universe. If you would like to receive nourishment from the universe, we can receive lots of things from different chakras and whatnot, but specifically, if you are feeling in need of nourishment, I invite you to just lay your hands over your lower belly, or use your Makara Mudra at your sacral, and invite that nourishment to flow directly into wherever it is needed. It's suggested to hold a mudra for at least 5 minutes. Remember, mudras work by redirecting the energy channels in the body. So just like a light switch, right? You don't need to smash a circuit together, right? You don't need to hold them together really hard. We don't need to press them together. All we have to do for a light circuit, when you flip that switch on, is what happens? Touch. Just a touch. In fact, for a light circuit, a lot of times you don't even need to actually touch, so you can get a circuit running before you even touch. That is why we use no more than the weight of a nickel on any of our mudras. No more than the weight of a nickel. Holding the mudra with intention, not tension. Holding the mudra with intention, no more than the weight of a nickel. Minimum of 5 minutes, so that energy can circulate through the system and through your layers of self. I highly recommend holding them for far longer than 5 minutes. And I love mudras because I can sit at work and hold this. I can sit on my couch and watching a show and hold this. Not if I'm driving. This is not a driving mudra, but there are totally driving mudras. There are mudras I have done. Gyan mudra while holding my steering wheel. Apana mudra while holding my steering wheel. Yeah. They're accessible. They're pocket-sized. They're handheld. Shh. My pirates are on one today. They're excited about Ostara. We're going to have a big bonfire this evening. So, I mentioned the CAYA community. If you would like to join the CAYA community, you can find the link to join our Discord on my Patreon page. Patreon.com/movethechange, @movethechange, I think. When you go there, you will find a free link to join the Discord. And there is free stuff happening in the Discord. The chat for all of the live platforms happens only in the Discord. There are meat suit challenges. There's a dance hall. There's a general chat. There's a bazaar for those of you who have your own businesses or have services that you would like to offer and share. And then we also have, so you imagine these, when you get in for free, this external area that you get into is called the CAYA courtyard. Because the CAYA courtyard surrounds our CAYA Sangha, the temple in the middle of the courtyard. To enter the temple, you need a membership level. You can find those membership levels on Patreon. You can join the Discord for free without purchasing absolutely anything. And then once you're there, you can decide whether you would like to enter the temple. Now, they are subscriptions, so you sign up monthly, but if you go in and you pay for your first month at the, I don't know, $11 level, and you don't like the space, you are more than free to leave without any judgment, without any shame, or without any guilt. Not every space is for everybody. But we are cultivating a space, a safe space, to show up exactly as you are in a time where so many of us are experiencing the symptoms of our collective evolution, of the quickening of our collective evolution. And if you are finding yourself in need of community, desiring community, we've got it right there. I don't know how many times lately I have heard people say, man, I wish I would have found this, or I wish I would have found you, or I wish I would have found this information a year ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago. It's here now. I'm sorry, the universe told me I couldn't speak about it until just recently, so it's here now. It's in the Discord. Join the Discord. And then if you decide to join the Sangha, you can get in there are so many levels to get in, so you can decide how deep you want to go. And again, it's flexible. So let's say you spend your first month in the CAYA courtyard totally free. Because there's a lot there, you can hang out, and there's stuff going on that we enjoy, and yeah. If you decide second month to enter the Sangha, let's say you enter at the top tier, $444 a month. You have weekly private sessions with me of not just coaching, but entire access to my toolbox. So you get coaching, life coaching, nutrition, spiritual coaching, herbalism, Ayurveda, nutrition, death and dying and birth, all the fucking hats that I wear, all the fucking tools that I've been developing over all the years that are all packed in here. Energy work, right? All of these things you have access to on weekly sessions, private sessions, hour-long private sessions, as well as access to the twice weekly group coaching, the once weekly themed practice sessions, and the every single workshop I put on. So did you hear that? Remember how earlier I was just talking about this conscious connection workshop that I just created back in February? If you are a Sangha scholar or above, that workshop is totally free for you. And so will the next workshop be. My next workshop is called Aura Awakening, I think I've titled it. I'm working on marketing title, right? Marketing, title. Anyway, Awakening the Aura. It is a entire energy body workshop. It teaches you all about not just the chakra energy centers, but the entire function of the energy body, how it moves, how energy moves through you, and how to work with it, and how to adjust, clear, balance, protect, ground, all that stuff with energy. Last year I did this workshop, and it was an 8-week workshop. I am going to do this workshop as a self-paced workshop, and we will use the practice sessions to add on to the workshop as the Monday practice session. So anyway, that workshop sells for $777 because it is a workshop that I have been working on and cultivating for many, many years. That workshop is completely free to you if you are a Sangha scholar member or above. Let me say it again. Every single workshop that I create is free to my Sangha scholars and above. That is because I could nickel and dime everybody all day long, but I don't. Why? Because I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to cult you. I'm not trying to sell you something you don't want. I am creating, building, and we are building a space, a safe space to show up exactly as you are, where we honor the truth and the divinity in each of us, a space that is hopefully sustainable for you, so that it's not just popping in every once in a while and being like, oh, I'll just get that workshop for $30 here, and I'll get that workshop for $30 here, and oh, I'll take a 1-hour coaching session with you in March, and then I'll call you again for a coaching session in August, and we'll talk about the exact same thing. Let's come together to support each other. Because, yeah, I know you can do it alone, yes. But we thrive together. I am not interested in living in survival anymore. I am only interested in living in thrival. I'm calling Merriam-Webster, and I'm making it a word now. I am only living in thrival mode. No longer survival mode. If you would like to learn how to get into thrival mode, come join us. If you have any questions, if you would like to debate the topics, if you would like to share insights, if you'd like to just say thanks, you can always send me a message. I do have a tip jar on Patreon, and I always appreciate any support for these free classes. Again, I offer 4 free classes a week, and I do it because this information needs to get out there, and I need you guys to know what I am offering. I have spent my entire life since I was my entire life working on this stuff in various capacities. And only in the last 2 years have I been allowed to speak about it. And I say allowed because I have had the experience most of my life of as if I was behind a glass wall. I would try to share these things, I would try to talk about these things, and they would never translate well. It was like I was speaking an alien language to people. And all of a sudden, a couple years ago, the veil lifted. The glass barrier is gone. So, thank you. And here you go. Come fucking get this shit, guys. I've spent so many years working on these things, mostly for me, to heal me, to balance me. And because of that, I know that it is a journey, one that is messy, one that is lifelong, one that can be terrifying. I would never, ever, 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 ever push someone on the journey of healing and self-discovery. Because unless you have the courage to embark on this journey and to lead yourself through this journey, to be the one who takes each step, unless you've chosen it, and even when you've chosen it, it can cause pain. It can cause suffering. Unless you have the tools, if you're doing shadow work and you don't have the tools to release the pain and the stuck shit that you find down there, if you don't have the skills to meet the monsters that have been stored away within you, that are living in the dungeons in the hull of your ship, there is very serious potential for something to go wrong. And I don't say that to scare you. I say that so that you are aware that this is, yes, we laugh. Yes, we play. Because it balances out the weight of the darkness of the other side. It balances out the yin and the yang. Please, don't dive too deep without an oxygen mask. Don't go tearing yourself apart without being mindful of how to put yourself back together. And stop. Please stop. If anything, please stop telling yourself you're not worth it. Because the truth is, if the world didn't need you, you wouldn't be here. There is only you ever being you. And that in and of itself is a miracle. And if the universe had the audacity to create a miracle like you, don't you think there's a purpose for it? Wouldn't you think there's a reason for it? And if you don't think there's a reason for it, well, I still love you too. It was only in my search for reasons for being alive that I was able to release my search for the reasons. It was only in meeting myself with playfulness that I was able to take my truth more seriously. As I said on Monday, it is only by leaving home that we can return. So, I love you all so much. Come join us in the Discord, please. I don't know what's happening to social media, but it's getting really messy. And this stuff is so powerful that it's being taken off of social media. If anybody else has a better explanation, I would love to tell you all about what's happening to my accounts on social media. And if you can explain to me why this is happening, with any reason other than they don't want you sharing this shit because it's that fucking powerful, I'm totally open to hearing it. These are the tools that make you an autonomous, empowered, free individual. And that is a kind of strength. That is a kind of locus of control. When you are the captain of your reality, it is not very easy to manipulate you anymore. Now, when you are running blind through life, letting the car drive itself and going, I don't even know where I'm going, I don't know how to do any of this, you're really easy to manipulate. I love you. I've been there, manipulated as fuck. And I'm still uncovering the layers and layers and layers of unconsciousness, of places I have been manipulated. You cannot find those places if you do not have the awareness to observe those things and to be honest about those things instead of fearful about those things, right? How many times we deny what our problem really is because we don't want to admit what that problem really is. We don't want to face it. You will never see it until you're willing to look at it. That's just the nature of reality, of this finite reality. But I do believe it's by design, because I do believe that the purpose is to experience the separation so that we can experience the union, the reunification, to experience death so that we can experience birth. Not experience birth so we can experience death, but experience death so we can experience birth. I am going to go make an Ostara breakfast, and I will see you, my lovelies, hopefully. If you're part of the CAYA Sangha, we have group coaching tonight. Group coaching is at 4:30 Pacific time. The link is in the Discord, and you have to be a member Sangha stewards. Yes, Sangha stewards or higher. If you have any questions about any of this or need any clarification, you can either message me directly or come to the Discord and we can answer any and all of your questions there too. Replays are on YouTube. Please, 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 please do me a solid and go follow me on YouTube. I'm at Move with Change. You can follow me on Patreon also for free. You can join the Discord for free. But if you could please follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to cultivate that channel so that can be our main public channel. Even though YouTube is also hiding my content, it hides it less than the other platforms. Facebook just doesn't share shit at all. TikTok is telling me my content is unoriginal or low quality or violates community guidelines, but they can't tell me exactly which community guidelines it violates. Oh, you mean the ones of free information sharing? Powerful information sharing? Right. I forgot. You guys don't like that. Oh, you mean this is a tool for manipulation? And if we're trying to teach people to get out of that manipulation through the tool of manipulation, then you're going to say, shh, not in this room. Go do it somewhere else. We're trying to manipulate people in here. With a shop. Sorry. Okay. I love you guys so much. I will see you in the Discord, or I will see you in group coaching this evening. Enjoy your Ostara. Go burn something. Go wash something. Go clean something. Even if you just... God, there are so many things that you can do. Okay, I gotta go. Otherwise, I'm gonna spend another hour talking to you guys about all of the different like ritual and ceremony things that you can do to like celebrate Ostara, because it's such a beautiful, powerful time of year, time of renewal, time of letting go of things. And man, we all have shit we have to let go of. So please, take some time today and let the universe work through you. Let life work through you, right? Life is either happening to you or through you. Let it happen through you today. I love you. And I will see you in all the places.